Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're playing Sherlock Holmes versus Arsène Lupin, or other known as Sherlock Holmes: Nemesis, as part of my Steam cleaning series, where I go through every game in my Steam library, eventually then arbitrarily rate and or review them after a wee bit of playtime. Now, I don't quite know what this game's about. I mean, okay, it's about Sherlock Holmes, but I don't know what this game is, more accurate, because I play these games at random. So why don't we jump in here? You are undertaking to portray Sherlock Holmes, the famous consultant detective, 221B Baker Street, London. During this case, you must demonstrate both sagacity and calm. Observe well the items around you and don't hesitate to click. If you have acquired information, you will obtain comments that will help you in your hunt. Do not forget to interrogate anyone who may be able to inform you. Choose the right questions. Pay heed to their answers. Assure yourself that you aren't caught short by your adversary. Arsène Lupin will throw a number of challenges at which you will demand you're subtle and methodical. Thus, in the course of investigation, you will have need of your pencil and paper. I will not. I will never take notes while playing a video game. Certain riddles require reflection worthy of your hero. It'll be challenging. At certain moments, you'll need to type a keyword in response to a question in order to continue adventure. You are at the liberty to consult your notes in order to help yourself. Do not forget to read the documents that you will have gathered and glance through Sherlock notes. They are all important. So, I know we're not even a minute into this game. The reason I refuse to take notes in a game is because that is a level of accessibility that I am not interested in. A, I don't keep no paper and pads around me. I could. B, not all players can take notes. And C, it's really fourth wall breaking to have to look at the game and then switch to note-taking mode. I don't want to. I just don't want to. In order to advance your inquest, you will have at your disposal plans and maps that permit you to teleport. I could teleport. Sherlock Holmes can teleport by clicking and giving points. Your character run by double clicking. Alright. Oh, we got a little first person action here, or 3D I should say. Am I really low to the ground? That kid looks taller than I am. Frogwares presents. It's a very clean London. Oh no, look out, you're gonna crash. Oh. That dog. The new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Now I'm running at this at 4K resolution, and that font is just real bad. I couldn't run it in window, which is what I preferred, so I just said put it at native. Let's see what happens. We're getting a full 60 frames, so Sherlock Holmes versus Arsène Lupin. There's a dog pulling that wagon. Just saw it. London, July 14th, 1895. That cop doesn't have a whistle, but was blowing a whistle, so that's weird. Hey, it's us, 221B Baker Street. Hey, it's us, Sherlock Holmes. I love how that's such a bland-looking room.
It looks to be the beginning of a lovely day, Holmes. There's nothing like beginning the week with a sunny Monday, with nothing more pressing to do than to see what came in the post. Would you care to take a ride up the Thames today?
I think not, Watson.
Listen, Holmes, your mood
That was
has
a
been
quick
getting
cut.
progressively worse for the past 2 weeks. I know you, and I am certain that something is bothering you. It wouldn't be bad news from Switzerland, would it?
We would already be on a boat heading towards the continent, were that the case, my dear Watson.
Very well, then what is it? Let me guess. For the past 2 weeks, the papers have talked of nothing other than this French thief, Arsène Lupin. He's
Lupin
been
the Third?
making all of the police officers on the continent look like complete idiots. You're taking an obvious pleasure out of reading these articles.
My dear Watson.
I've put my finger on it, haven't I? I know you well.
Man, they cut really quick away from
Something
Sherlock
tells me
Holmes.
that you will not entertain talk of this Lupin for some time. Do you recall his latest feat? Using an alias, he seduced a young Italian princess in order to rob her of a priceless set of diamond jewelry.
Gasp.
Once belonged to the Nemesis. These jewels were to be part of the lady's dowry on the occasion of her marriage to the son of a wealthy, influential Sicilian. Finally, our friend, having committed
Never
his crime,
get into
left word for
was
the
it
local
a
press,
deal to the death with the
explaining that
Sicilian?
There was no other way for the charming lass to escape a marriage of
Watch that movie
convenience
again.
with, I quote, an uncultivated and uncouth boor without the least refinement. Since then, the lady has been confined to a convent, and rumour has it that the two outraged fathers have jointly offered a sum of countless millions of liras for the head, the rest of the body being optional, of the man who is responsible for their dishonour. Are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? Why, another letter from the zoo about those missing birds, as if we were going to be running around the whole of London chasing chickens. As I was saying,
Chicken chaser?
are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? This Arsène Lupin must be in hiding somewhere, surrounded by bottles of champagne and stolen treasures. How foolhardy and arrogant. Oh, these French. However, he didn't pursue this foolishness to the point of risking stepping onto British soil.
Has the cat got your tongue, Watson? What? Whatever is the matter with you, Watson? Pray tell.
This letter on the table. Holmes, read it.
You control Sherlock Holmes, do I? Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Lupin's threat. Before I begin, please excuse grammatical error or grammatical or spelling errors that you might notice. Your language isn't my native tongue, and as I come from the continent, France speaks actions to my singular subjects in conversation, whether they are written in the most exquisite food or wine, the noble arts. The whole world knows you people, for most gracious majesty, do not produce turn any manifestation of aesthetic intelligence and set men apart from peace. Thus, the opportunities to practice your language are sporadic and brief. What use is there to linger with the lackey or maid? But look, I made a mistake and rather exaggerable mistranslation. I said, you people of her most gracious blah, blah, blah. I should have said, people of blah, 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 other than you. How could I include you in this half-ruddy-faced, half-pale crowd reeking of wine and cheap beer? You apart stand an icon, I follow yourself. Okay. Thus, I, Arpson Lupin, have pledged to get rid of the smile. At the end, 2 weeks ago, I pledged to steal 5 most representative symbols of the alleged English grandeur here in London. Once these auspicious achievements have been accomplished, I will exhibit the trophies for the world to see and will reveal the smallest of a nation capable of preserving its pride. England will become the laughingstock of all nations, the largest to the smallest, and will swallow its pride and lower its head for a millennium to come. You to follow the stages of my consecration step by step. In fact, I would almost wish you'd put yourself in my path and in vain to stop me from committing these steps, but you are a busy man who doesn't like me. What a shame. If, despite everything, the adventure tempts you away, I shall lead you a few verses to deal with tonight's target. All across France, everybody knows, in the blind kingdoms, you only need one eye for the crown. Just like blind men, it shows. 'Twas a one-eyed, one-armed man who brought us down. Like a playing card? In truth, that we failed, though we tried again, our fate was nailed, his immortality, our pains. One of the Spanish capes, successful prize that hangs around you like drapes, our suffering makes you sleep. An adversary comes along in order to protect victory. We put in the wrong and they made history. Save the pain and defeat the worst game, the hero that did meet cries a French name. Clearly avenges sound what I have in mind for this traitor, sitting at his master's feet like a hound, is to be run aground. Is that a boat? Not or tonight to hand, I will break the free binding so that all may stand a victory. Okay.
Holmes, this is truly unbelievable. Surely this cannot be taken seriously.
It's possible, Watson, that this letter is nothing but a prank. However, a small chance exists that both the challenge and the threat are real.
What will you do?
First, I'm going to enjoy the breakfast Mrs. Hudson has prepared. If you would be so good, Watson, as to clarify some of the riddles in the letter. Firstly, if Arsène Lupin is actually the author, as he states, why does he sign with another name? When it comes to the poem, even if an answer seems straightforward, we must be quite certain. What would the target of tonight's theft be if this letter turns out to be accurate? We have one day to find the solution and to take preventative measures. You could go see Barnes, the bookstore in Glentworth Street. Surely they'll have something that will be informative.
Oh, So you take turns playing different people. Okay. So we have multiples of the same map. Multiples of the same newspaper.
Oh, what a mess. Treaty on Cornish. It was in this statue.
Nice that they show a green.
Holmes's table for experiment.
Things you've looked at or fiddled with. Cthulhu.
What? This accursed statue is still here? I've asked Mrs. Hudson to remove it.
Well, I do like first person more than I like.
It's a coal bucket in which Holmes stores his cigars. My eccentric companion keeps his shag tobacco in the toe of this Persian slipper. This is how Holmes organises his correspondence that is awaiting responses, if only...
A weird place for a doorknob in the center. Oh, map? Map. Can I not?
No, I have nothing to ask him. No, I have nothing to ask him.
Can you pet the dog?
I have nothing to ask him. No, I have nothing to ask him.
Really? You're saying that about the dog?
No, I have nothing to ask him.
Okay. Can I talk to a pigeon? No.
I have no interest in going there.
Oh. Bookstore. Go to the bookstore. Food. This is the map. Doesn't say where the bookstore is. So Watson has forgotten where the bookstore is.
I have no interest in going there.
Okay.
No, I have nothing to ask him.
Alright. It's always weird to see NPCs just like having nothing to do. Can't jump, so I don't even have an idle button.
I have no interest in going there.
Oh my god, where is the bookstore? Is it the Golden Lion?
No, I have nothing to do in this hovel.
Oh, jeez. This the bookstore?
No, I have nothing to ask him.
Sir? 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 Sir?
I have no interest in going there.
Okay. There it is.
Poor Barnes should hire a cleaning lady. Oh, what a mess.
He has the same map we do. But foul business was afoot.
Gnithruth, Gunruth, Kudwilm, Lizrit, Sublilh.
Okay, okay. I seem to have teleported. Slightly. How do they do any sales without a cash register?
Good day, Barnes.
Hello, Dr. Watson. How are you? I didn't hear you enter.
Are you busy? Am I disturbing you?
Not at all. I was researching, but if you came to see me, it must be that you're looking for something specific. Perhaps I can help you?
Okay.
A very strange affair, bewildering even, has brought me to see you. An affair involving a Spanish cape and a one-eyed, one-armed man.
Most certainly. You will find the works dealing with naval history on one of the shelves somewhere.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll go look.
Not really a barn burner so far. The Great English Seaman book. Last Voyage, on Return. Duke of Bronte. I really do not see this thing on Blind Eye. Okay.
Ah, here's my book, The Great English Sailors.
All two of them.
As it happens, I found this book, and...
Excuse me, my dear Dr. Watson, but I am in need of tranquility.
Well, farewell, Barnes.
We're done? Well, we completed a quest. I don't expect there to be experience or level up, so we did complete a quest. Not healthy. Your doorknob is two-dimensional. My doorknob is three-dimensional.
Now tell me, Watson, what progress have you made? Have you found the meaning of the mysterious signature?
What? What? Arsenal Lo Timbo. I don't know.
Your intentions are good, Watson, but you've missed everything of importance.
Am I stuck until I figure it out? Otino? Horatio Nelson? Got to type in Horatio Nelson?
It's an anagram, Holmes. The letters in Arsino Lotino can be used to spell out Horatio Nelson.
That's a welcome confirmation. No doubt the target for the theft is somehow connected with the Battle of Trafalgar, won by Admiral Lord Nelson at the expense of the French. Nelson, who lost an eye and an arm in battle, has a statue high atop a column in Trafalgar Square. It says that the object of the theft is sitting at his master's feet. There's nothing to steal on this column. We have a map of London here somewhere. Let's see if we can find a site of interest near Trafalgar Square. Have you found the map of London, Watson?
There's like 9 maps of the same.
Ha! I found it at last. The map of London.
First place I looked.
To you, what is there to steal in Trafalgar Square? Show me on the map, Watson. So, according to you, what is there to steal in Trafalgar Square? Show me on the map, Watson.
What? What? Wow, this is tedious. You'd think that Watson would know where Trafalgar Square is.
The only location visible is the National Gallery of Painting, which faces the column.
Why not? Our man wants to steal a painting, but which one? Watson, shall we head out? Let's take a tour of the National Gallery. While you find us a hansom, I'll send a message to Lestrade to have him join us.
What? Oh,
Find us a hansom, Watson. We have no time to
What?
lose.
what's a hansom? Is it like a car? Like a taxi? Is that a hansom?
Ah, Lamb, good timing. Can you give myself and my friend Sherlock a lift?
With pleasure, Dr. Watson. The mistress, Miss Bromsby, gave me the day off. I'll wait for you.
Whoa. So, I'm Holmes now?
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to the National Gallery of Painting. As it's such a lovely day outside, you're the only visitors at the moment, and likely will be for the whole day, as the minimum number of people for a guided tour is...
We're not here to visit the museum, young man. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective?
Indeed, I have reason to believe that a theft is being planned that will take place here, perhaps as early as today.
The tension is so
Robbery?
bland.
I'm not certain, but there is a good reason to believe that is the case. We have contacted Inspector Lestrade at Scotland Yard, and he should be joining us momentarily. Meanwhile, rest assured that we are here in an official capacity. In the meantime, you can certainly help.
Watson is
One of
built
the
like
paintings will play
a
part
brick
in the
house.
matter,
His
but I don't
shoulders are
yet
just
know
like...
exactly which one.
His head looks
I
tiny,
do,
is what I'm
however,
trying to
have
say.
a few clues that should tell something to a specialist like yourself.
Ah, yes, of course. As it happens, I've only been working here for 3 days. Actually, I'm an apprentice, and my duties here are essentially
Oh, it's good to know.
administrative.
Pray tell, would I be correct in deducing that the elder of the two men that we can see up there is the director of the museum?
Yes, that is Sir Pointer. He could certainly assist you better than I, but at the moment he's terribly occupied and will be for some time.
But the location that you are proposing is unworthy of my work.
My pop screen
All
isn't
of
working.
My pieces are hymns to color and light. It's the very stars, the sun that you want to extinguish.
Please understand, dear sir, the entrance hall is reserved for temporary exhibitions. We are able to add more lighting.
In that case, you would have to provide lanterns across the whole length of the ceiling, and to use the most refined oil possible. Definitely not gas. And mirrors to reflect the light, along with some canvases in basic colors to bring out the contrasts.
We will do all that we possibly can.
Nevertheless, I insist that a number of my works must be on the main floor next to the large pieces.
But our rooms are already full.
Why did they
and,
frame
as
this
you know,
behind a plant?
Each has its specific subject. Too much modernism?
How can there be too much modernism? Modernism doesn't exist.
Oh, that's
Only
why.
Art exists.
I guess I
Art
needed a
is
prop.
Timeless. Art is cosmic.
Well, sir, perhaps we should continue this conversation in my office.
What's wrong with your teeth?
Then you must certainly have a ledger of the works that are shown in the museum, with a description of each painting.
Yes, Sir Pointer entrusted it to my care this morning so I could familiarize myself with the collection, but I lost it.
Oh,
I
come on.
know I make a rather feeble archivist, but while I was doing a tour of the museum, the painting that Mr. Pointer is now dealing with arrived, along with cases full of canvases that he had to quickly inventory.
The case of the missing ledger. What do you make of it, Watson? Listen, Mr.
Palinur, sir.
Palinor, my friend and I will make our way through the museum in order to find the ledger. If you lost it while touring the museum and it wasn't back on the desk, then it must be in one of the galleries. Stay here and we will return to see you when we have found it, and not a word of it to the director.
Certainly, sir. With many thanks, I will continue to do my inventory and await you.
Tell me, young man, would you happen to have a blueprint of the building in order to facilitate
I love
the task at hand?
conversations where
Yes,
you just go through
yes.
everything,
Where did I put it?
and
Yes, here it
it's
is.
a bunch of false choice. It's like,
Farewell, Palinor.
why is this place so messy? It's a museum. How's Watson doing? Keeping up.
The painter who was conversing with the director has such character, to the point of taking some of it out on this poor plant.
Oh, I'm gonna get nudity
The Toilet
warnings.
of Venus by Diego Velázquez, who was considered, along with Francisco Goya and El Greco, as one of the greatest artists in all of Spanish history. There, it seems that we've found the famous ledger. It's written in shorthand, and there are hundreds of entries. Let's bring it to the archivist.
I mean, there's some nice paintings.
A canvas by Sir Reynolds.
The resolution's so
Colonel
bad.
Tarleton, hero of the British forces during the American War of
Like-
Independence.
Clearly, they just didn't get strong enough texture. Like, if you're gonna put a higher res texture anywhere, you would not want JPEG compression on your classic works of art. Trying to play with Watson. Remember like a creepy Watson meme? And I feel like it's this game, but I don't remember what the trick was to trigger it.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, don't give his
Farewell,
ledger back.
Palinor.
What were my goals? Or is very short.
Closed. Closed.
Like, some of these have better resolution than others, but...
A terrible naval battle scene by Ludolf. A work by Jan Steen.
river scene with a Dutch yacht.
Oh, I should check my... Oh, do I have to go down and hand this to him? Like a venture game style?
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Ah.
Here is your ledger, my friend.
You found it! Many thanks. You won't say anything to Sir Pointer.
Rest assured, are you familiar with how the entries are written? Everything seems to be abbreviated.
I understand how to locate a thematic group and how to read a description, but I am struggling with the location codes.
It's better than nothing at the moment. We're searching for a painting that has a connection to the Battle of Trafalgar.
Depicting what exactly?
According to this poem, it could be...
Ugh. Um... Run aground.
Are you sure? It means...
Man, you gotta you're just stuck here. I can go to hints. Order to protect victory is an important line. You're put in the wrong. Okay. Victory was Nelson's ship. Oh, because I go to documents, look at here. Was the boat in here? I don't see it. I'm terrible at this game, clearly. I don't know.
Are you sure? It means nothing to me.
Okay, fine. What's the last hint? Oh, was it his ship? Nope, got nothing. It's just ship? Oh my god. Boat.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
How? Boat.
It might refer to a boat. Its master was Admiral Nelson, and the thief wanted to run...
Well, I'm glad they have a hint system for this, because I'm just missing it.
French name.
Wait, I have a suggestion. A very popular painting, symbolic even, The Fighting Temeraire, a Turner. In this painting, Turner is described as having mastered painting techniques, and it is one of the most beautiful English paintings of all time. The subject, a boat by the French name of Temeraire, was involved in the Battle of Trafalgar and distinguished itself by protecting Victory, the flagship on board which was...
Victory, did you say?
Yes, Admiral Nelson was on board. Temeraire received a special distinction, but I am not certain of which. The painting shows it being towed to the breaker's yard, I believe.
Where would I find it?
I don't know. You would have to search through the English works of this
Hooray.
century near the west section of the gallery.
My thanks, Palinor. Come, Watson, let's take a look at the painting.
Standing there. Maybe they patched out Creepy Watson. Shame.
Willem van de Velde, a Dutch painter who dedicated his talent to the sea.
Where's west? Oh.
Here's what I've been looking for. The Fighting Temeraire. Splendid. What do you think?
I agree, it's splendid. The existence of this painting would seem to give credit to this whole affair.
As long as this painting remains on this wall, this letter, even if it is eloquent and provocative, is nothing more than a letter. It is possible that all of this could be a hoax with no substance whatsoever. We will know soon enough, as the theft will have to take place tonight.
We must warn the museum's director, Holmes.
You are correct, Watson. Shall we?
Okay. This has been Sherlock Holmes, Nemesis, or Sherlock Holmes and so-and-so Lorenzo Lupin. I'm sure for someone with a lot more Sherlock Holmes lore and knowledge would be a real big fan of what this game has to offer. To me, the fact that they're relying on a lot of knowledge that, like, Watson should have known where the bookstore was, and there wasn't any quality of life stuff to give it there. That's a little weird. I'm glad they offered the hint system, but mechanics and visuals do leave a lot to be lacking, a lot to be desired. Cheers.